This video reviews fascinating connections between the 1957 creation of the DC Comics Challengers of the Unknown and both the 1961 creation of the Marvel Comics Fantastic Four and the creation of the new 2025 Challengers of the Unknown series that involves the Justice League. Presented are multiple comic book series covers in approximately chronological order. While the covers go by, lots of fascinating information is provided, but is not intended to correspond to the specific cover being shown. The Challengers of the Unknown started off as a team of 4 adventurers that explore paranormal occurrences while facing fantastic menaces. The Challengers could be considered a science fiction team of heroes. The creation of the characters is uncertain. Various sources credit the Challengers as the sole creation of artist and storyteller Jack Kirby, a co-creation with writer Dave Wood, or a co-creation with Kirby's former partner Joe Simon. The initial 4 team members are pilot Kyle Ace Morgan, daredevil Matthew Red Ryan, strong and slow-witted Leslie Rocky Davis, and scientist Walter Mark Prof. Haley. The 4 start off as acquaintances that survive a plane crash and deciding that since they are living on borrowed time, they should band together for hazardous adventures. Later, June Robbins, a computer genius and archaeologist, joins the team. Also later, Karina Stark, a mysterious blonde with a mystical background, invites herself onto the team. The team quickly becomes famous and accept many unknown challenges from the Pentagon, mad scientists, and people with a problem. Over time, the team established the hollowed-out Challengers Mountain as their headquarters. Later, the team adopt an hourglass logo to symbolize time running out. The Challengers encounter genies, common and sophisticated thieves, enormous birds of prey, aliens, good and bad robots, occult menaces, and Bermuda Triangle mysteries. The Challengers travel through space, time, and other dimensions. The Challengers encounter the Doom Patrol, Dead Man, Swamp Thing, Johnny Double, and the Sea Devils. The Justice League of America, also known as the JLA, and the Justice League, first appeared in The Brave and the Bold number 28 with a cover date of March 1960. After 2 further appearances in that title, the team got their own series, which quickly became one of DC Comics' best-selling series. This led DC Comics to create more superhero teams, such as the Teen Titans. Marvel Comics responded to the success of the Justice League and created the Fantastic Four and the Avengers. The team was conceived by writer Gardner Fox as a revival of the Justice Society of America, also known as the JSA, a similar and earlier team from DC Comics that came out in 1940, which had been pulled out of print due to a decline in sales. The initial Justice League of America lineup included 7 of DC Comics superheroes who were regularly published at that time: Superman, Batman, Aquaman, Flash, Green Lantern, Martian Manhunter, and Wonder Woman. Later, more male and female superheroes were involved in the Justice League of America in all of its various incarnations. These superheroes usually operate independently, but occasionally assemble as a team to tackle especially formidable villains. This is unlike the Marvel Comics superhero team, the Fantastic Four, in which the members continuously operate as a team. The Justice League of America was created to boost the profiles and sales related to the individual team members through cross-promotion. The team also helped develop the DC Universe as a shared universe, and it is through teams like the Justice League of America that DC characters regularly interact with each other. In 1961, in Justice League of America number 21, the first crossover with the Justice Society of America took place. This resulted in DC Comics resurrecting several legacy characters such as Dr. Fate and Black Canary. The issue was a hit with readers, and such crossovers continued to occur. The first Justice League of America series was followed by multiple series, either about them or related to them. In addition to comic books, the Justice League of America has been adapted to TV, movies, and video games. Marvel Comics' Fantastic Four may have been at least partially based upon DC Comics' Justice League of America. According to Stan Lee, a co-creator of the Fantastic Four, Marvel Comics publisher Martin Goodman had noticed that the DC Comics Justice League of America was selling better than most and suggested that they put out a comic book about a team of superheroes. The Fantastic Four debuted in Fantastic Four number 1 in 1961, helping to bring a new level of realism to comic books. The Fantastic Four were the first superhero team created by artist co-plotter Jack Kirby and editor co-plotter Stan Lee, who developed a collaborative approach to creating comics with this title. Stan Lee had been considering leaving the comic book industry, but with encouragement from his wife Joan, before he did so, he decided to make a comic book that he would enjoy reading, which was the Fantastic Four. Consequently, the characters were to be ones that he could relate to. They'd be flesh and blood. They'd have their faults and foibles. They'd be fallible and feisty. And, most important of all, inside their colorful costume booties, they'd still have feet of clay. Jack Kirby has noted that he gave all the Fantastic Four members the same skin-tight costume with a belt, like he had done so for the Challengers of the Unknown, with the Fantastic Four's The Thing being somewhat of an exception. The Fantastic Four proved to be a success, and Stan Lee decided to stay in the comic book industry and went on to drive the creation of many of Marvel's currently popular superheroes. Mr. Fantastic, real name Reed Richards, is a scientific genius and the leader of the team, who can stretch his body into incredible lengths and shapes. The Invisible Woman, real name Susan Sue Storm Richards, who eventually married Reed Richards, can render herself invisible and project powerful invisible force fields and blasts. The Human Torch, real name Johnny Storm, is Sue's younger brother and can generate flames, surround himself with them, and fly. The Thing, real name Ben Grimm, is their grumpy, but benevolent friend, a former college football star, Reed Richards' college roommate, and a skilled pilot who has been transformed into a monstrous, orange, rock-like humanoid possessing superhuman strength, durability, and endurance due to his stone-like flesh. The Fantastic Four led to the introduction of many other characters, such as Doctor Doom, Galactus, the Silver Surfer, the Inhumans, and the Black Panther. In the new 2025 Challenges of the Unknown series, the group run day-to-day operations for the Justice League's Watchtower base in orbit above the Earth, collaborating with Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, and the rest of the League to seal the rifts that threaten the galaxy. What follows is a detailed description regarding what happens in issue number 1 to issue number 5, whose covers are shown in this video. Spinning out of absolute power and the DC All-In Special, the terror of the dark side shockwave has cascaded across the DC universe, tearing open the very fabric of time and space. Only one band of super scientists have the right stuff to challenge the fate of a universe. Enter the Challengers of the Unknown. Alongside the Justice League, where the Challengers run day-to-day operations for the massive watchtower in orbit above Earth, Ace Morgan, June Robbins, Prof. Haley, Red Ryan, and Rocky Davis must team with Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, and the rest of the League to seal the rifts that threaten the galaxy. But a mysterious foe from the Challenger's past lurks in the shadows, and its connection to the God Shock will put the DCU on borrowed time. Next, bracing under the strict oversight of Mr. Terrific into the investigation of the God Shock, and still reeling from something unknown rattling them all internally, it's June's turn to be shaken to the core when a strange rupture in the deepest part of the ocean draws the League's scrutiny and awakens the most difficult creation of her Challenger past. Guest starring Batman, Aquaman, and the Sea Devils. The Challengers continue to investigate the after effects of the dark side shockwave. The latest mission draws Prof. Haley along with Ray Palmer, who is the superhero The Atom, to a remote and far-reaching part of the world where hyperintelligence seems to have infected a long-missing individual from DC Comics' past. Things turn even stranger when a being appears to Prof and the Atom, claiming to be from the future and calling itself the Optimum. The Optimum promises untold scientific secrets. That is, if it could have a glimpse into the Justice League's top secret Atom Project. The Challengers continue to investigate dark side anomalies throughout the universe and within themselves. As more of the Challengers' members face isolation aboard the Watchtower and evaluation by Mr. Terrific, a closely guarded theory begins to form as to why the Challengers might have been affected by Darkseid's disappearance, even as they're kept in the dark while the League speculates. Now, Red Ryan must investigate a newly sentient asteroid with the Green Lantern himself, Hal Jordan. But what happens when he loses control of his own body after being exposed to the asteroid's blood? How are the challengers connected to Darkseid's death? And is there a way back from Omega? Does the most frightening unknown the challengers have ever faced lie within? As the rift between the challengers and the Justice League grows and becomes untenable, it's up to Rocky Davis and Wonder Woman to try to get to the heart of the matter, or die trying. But an old foe will rear its head once more, this time aboard the Watchtower, all in an effort to use the challenges as a means to a nefarious end. Doors close and alliances tilt, even while other gateways open. In the near future, do you want a movie or TV show made about the challenges of the unknown and the Justice League together? If so, and if you want it to be live action, is there an actor or actress that you want to have play which character or characters? More videos like this one, short and longer, can be viewed at the Comic Excitement Convention Science Fiction playlist. Please like, comment, subscribe, and click the notifications bell.